So the Cleanup Hub will embark on their fifth installment of the Joburg to Sosha Walk against substance abuse on the 2nd and 3rd of December. That's next week, Thursday and Friday, from the top of my head. Organizers of the walk are aiming to highlight the worrying increase of the use of crystal meth, which has been described as having worse side effects compared to Nyaope. The Cleanup Hub founder, that's Reikhutsitse Malala, says that with this walk, they aim to raise warning awareness on the increasing number of young people that are using crystal meth and to highlight some of the side effects which may actually include brain damage. This 2-day, 90-kilometer walk will be taking place, as mentioned, next week, and a memorandum will be delivered to the Tshwane House, as well as then on the 3rd of December, the walk will be back to Soshanguve, where an awareness event will be held at Mabopane Station. For more on what to expect and the thinking behind it, let's bring in the founder of Clean Hub, that's Reikhutsitse Malala himself, who joins us now via our video link. And it's great to have you on the program, sir. Thanks very much indeed for making time. There's a lot of focus and emphasis on raising awareness with this particular initiative. Do you think that's where the gap actually lies? People not knowing enough about crystal meth?
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and good morning to your viewers. Obviously, crystal meth, there's been a serious wave of numbers of people actually, experimenting with the drug, especially young people. What we've witnessed is that more and more young people are using the drug, and it's really spiraling out of control because some of the side effects is brain damage. And most parents don't even know about crystal meth. So we found it very important to actually go out and highlight this issue that's actually growing. And also as well, it has been a significant contributor towards, domestic violence and because most of the people who use this drug, become very erratically violent as well.
Right. Typically, anybody who ventures into the kind of activism that you're going into are doing so because of some kind of personal experience, either through their own lives or the lives of those they know. Is that the same in your case?
Look, I went to high school with a lot of people who dropped out and started using Nyaope. So when we started this walk, the intention was to basically, try help some of our fellow people that we went to high school with. I remember me and my high school friend, Reikhutsitse, who's also the co-founder of the organization and the walk. We wanted to help our friend Kai, who was actually into drugs. So once we started helping him out with his journey to rehab, it's then we actually started, getting other people who wanted help as well. So it's been a beautiful journey. We've been doing this for the past 5 years, trying to help clean the streets of, it started in Victoria, Soshanguve, but now it has become a countrywide journey that we're embarking on.
Yeah. The difficulty often is that these kind of initiatives tend to draw the converted, for lack of a better term. It's typically an enclave, an echo chamber of people who all agree, who are saying the same things, and sometimes it becomes inaccessible to the people that it's aimed at. In other words, those who you are trying to assist may feel, for whatever reason, that they're not able to participate in this kind of event. How are you ensuring that that barrier is broken?
Wow, that's a very good question now, because in the past, I was actually just talking to my co-founder the other day. I was telling them that some of these walks that we do and some of these activations that we do tend to become a party. And then after it becoming a party, it's that afterwards people actually get to see us making this huge hoorah. And then afterwards, the real users themselves are not the beneficiaries of the walk. So it becomes a more of a, an advert or anything like that. But so now what we've done is that we've actually tailored this whole thing now to make it so sure that every user that actually comes to our door, that actually seeks help, we actually get to make them to meet our social workers and also to be taken through the process properly so that they can be rehabilitated. Because in the past as well, we've discovered that it's not just about just taking someone to rehab, but, rehabilitating them. The treatment doesn't stop with them just completing the program for 7 weeks. It's more externally. So what actually means that they have to be reintegrated back into the community. Their families also have to help them as well. They need to also get, support structures and support groups as well. So it's a serious process that we actually have embarked on. And I think by now we've tailored the process. And any user that actually comes to us definitely throughout this activation, they won't find a party, but they will find an NPO that's serious about helping and cleaning up society.
Yeah. Let me apologize to our viewers. It looks like our connection to you is faulty slightly, but I'm going to ask my next question with the hopes that it stays with us. The other issue that I've typically found is that, it's incredibly difficult to give users the holistic assistance they need in a context where you're not able to destigmatize how people see them, at the very least. I wonder whether or not that kind of issue, that aspect of the intervention, features at all in your multi-pronged interventions.
Can you hear me, Ian?
I've got you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah. Stigma is a big one, man. It's a big one. But I think we need to educate more our communities. We need to educate, fellow countrymen about stigma towards drug abuse, because most of people, especially Nyaope users that we've actually dealt with in the past, they found it very difficult because some people, they don't see them as clean, they don't see them as befitting to be in the community and stuff as well. So it's always been a biggest challenge to actually reintegrate people back into the community, especially people that are actually using. Drug abuse, I think from our side, what we can actually highlight and actually, go on record to say it's more like a chronic disease. It's not something that should be treated as such as something that someone has a problem or someone is not right in the head or anything else of it. So it should be basically treated as more of a chronic, because once someone becomes an addict, it becomes a lifetime journey for them to actually stay clean. So it's always important for family members and community members not to stigmatize anyone who's.
Absolutely. It's a noble act, and one can only hope that you get all the support that you need moving forward. Thanks very much indeed for your time. Reikhutsitse Malala, who's the founder of the Cleanup Hub. It's an NPO that's seeking to create awareness on the increasing abuse of drugs, especially among young people in various communities. Once again, sir, thanks very much indeed.